Hey guys, this is my first video, as you may realise if you click my channel. Today I'll be doing a modded playthrough of Terraria. I've got various mods downloaded, such as Boss Cursor or Excavator, better boss health, magic storage, and the main one I'll be focusing on is Calamity Mod. Here you can see me making my character. You may see another character there, but I was just looking at items the mod offers. I have played through Terraria once before on my Xbox, but I've recently got a computer, so I wanted to play modded after watching it for so long. Here I'm creating a new world. In expert mode I'm pretty sure I choose. Yeah, I choose random villain, I think it's called, I'm not too sure though. And it ends up to be corruption. No, not corruption, crimson, sorry. Yeah. So here I spawn in for the first time in my world. I start by cutting trees and then I open my starter bag. Yep. Here I get a new sword, a mana star, and a bunch of potions and some chests. And also the squirrel staff, which proved to be very helpful later on. Here I'm just sorting everything out. I continue by cutting down some trees, hitting them, see if I can get any drops, such as a lemon or peach for some minor buffs. But these buffs help a lot early on. So you may realise that this is my first video, and if anyone does see this, it would be much appreciated if you do like and subscribe to help me get out there. This video took about an hour to record, and the editing will be my first ever time editing, so any recognition would be appreciated. Here I find a breathing rod, which is actually quite a good weapon early on. Here's me trying it out because I haven't played 1.4 yet. I continue to get some cacti just in case I want to make cactus armor, which I don't think I choose to. Here, you see me struggling to aim because I never play on keyboard and mouse for any game. So if the movement is a bit choppy, then that's probably why. Here we have my first Wolfram enemy, where I successfully kill. Then I'm pretty sure I put my squirrel staff on, yeah, on my hotbar, and then I just make it easier for myself by killing the Antlion and the Wolfram down there. The slimes I will be able to handle myself because they don't cause too much of an issue early on. So early on I plan on just trying my best to explore much of the left side of the world until I find a decent cave to go into, which I'm pretty sure I do. So yeah, I don't think there will be any boss fights in this video, so if that's what you're here for, then might as well click off now. So because this first video is going to be preparing for the Desert Scourge and the Eye of Cthulhu. So I'm pretty sure there's a chest in here. Yeah. and I managed to get an umbrella, which isn't too helpful considering I have the breathing rod already. In this playthrough, I'm not sure what I will opt for, which could be mage, ranger, rogue, or melee, maybe even summoner later on. Because I know summoner is quite good late game, but I'm not sure. So here we have me trying to get used to using the mouse and keyboard. There's another chest here, which I'm pretty sure get an aglet, which is actually quite useful, which could be used for later on in crafting. Here I go into my first cave of the playthrough. Any tips or anything that you could help me with, let me know down below, like changing keybinds or anything. Here I find another wooden chest where I get a book where it turns, I think, things into vines so I can have access to more rope, which is quite useful. Here's another chest. I get the same thing sadly, so that's not very useful. Better modifier though, so that's always good. Little improvements like that do help a little bit. So in this early game, I'm just going to be looking for the ores like lead, tin, platinum, all the ores along that lines. So here I find a railway track, which is normally quite useful, normally leading to better loot. Actually takes me into the snow biome. It's probably a bit too difficult for me right now, considering I have no armor and I have a breathing rod as a weapon. So I'm going to opt to go back and go to the normal biome, which is a lot safer for me. Here I find a chest I've never seen before, and it has a, to be honest, I don't know the name, but confused me for a bit, but the bonuses it gifts are decent for early game, so I think I'll run with it for a bit, see if I can craft anything later on with it. Here's a little time lapse of me doing a little bit of mining, finding silver, bit of lead, so yeah. Oh, sped up for you, because I know this bit can be quite boring when watching. And then I find a chest here, a golden chest. And this slime's bothering me, so I just kill it. So then I eventually do kill it. Open up the chest. And I get a magic mirror, which comes very handy throughout the whole playthrough, that will, until I upgrade it. So here once again we have a little montage kind of thing of me mining, not really finding much. So at this point I'm just looking for life crystals, but it doesn't go too well. I then fall down here, and this is where I get my first death of this playthrough. Here I choose to explore the right side of my world. It doesn't really come to much because a lot of desert and it's turning night. So as it turns night, I discover that there is actually a crimson quite close on the right. So I decide to magic mirror back and get started on the base. Here's me starting my base. Not very good at building, I never have been in Terraria, so I'm just going to go for like a little basic house here. Hopefully it turns out to look alright. Any tips for building, please let me know, because this is something I want to get better at throughout the playthrough, so I can build nice extravagant houses. They're actually nice to look at. So here I put down the crafting table, anvil, and I did want to put the furnace down, but turns out I didn't get enough stone to actually craft one. So here you can see me looking through, seeing what I can actually craft. And one of them things is not a furnace. So that's always good. Here I go on another expedition for some stone, where I go on the left at first, because I know there's stone around here, which I just forget to mine it. If not, I just go home for some reason. And I think I die, yeah. If I die there, then I go to the right, even though I know that there's nothing there. So then I do end up digging down in the desert, because I was getting cornered. So at this point I dig down in the desert. So far, no stone obviously, but still making good progress because I might be able to get into the underground desert where a lot of upgrades can be made. So here I find out I can vein mine. I think it's sturdy fossil. I think maybe not sturdy fossil. Sorry, desert fossils. I'm not sure what they're used for yet, but I'd like to find out because I got a lot of them there. So if they could be used for anything good, then that'd be very useful. Here I kind of cheese these mobs by using squirrel staff and just hiding because I don't think I'm strong enough yet for any of these. So I just let that play through. Here I find a railway track, which once again I'm hoping leads to life crystals, which it does here. Which I don't think I get off and get actually because too much stuff is surrounding it. I do come back and get that though, I'm pretty sure, if not. There's another one down there I've just realised, yeah I need to go back here. I didn't see that before, but I do now. During editing, so I'll go find that. So, following it along. Dead end this side, so nothing too useful apart from them 2 life crystals I've missed. So yeah, here I gather the stone I need for my furnace I remembered about. So yeah. So it turns out I do actually end up going back for this second life crystal here, which is my first one of the playthrough. But the first one I do go past I actually don't collect, so I will go and get that. Here here I remember I'm able to mine demonite if I destroy it with bombs, so that's what I do. I later create a crimson bow, crimtane bow, sorry, which turns out to be very strong against just the normal mobs I'm facing. So here I've continued to loot the mines, see what I can find, get some more ores. Managed to find a life crystal and another chest. But as you'll see in a minute, I managed to mine it, get attacked by a black slime. I kill the black slime eventually, but then I get landed on by a skeleton before I'm able to grab the life crystal, which then does result in me dying once again. So yeah, quite unfortunate there. I respawn here and I decide not to go back down in the mines. I need to sort out some housing for NPCs. So at first I look through, craft my furnace I needed. So I've crafted that, and I go through craft, I think, platinum bars, silver bars, crimtane bars. I make sapphire hook, some armour, which I'm pretty sure is mostly silver armour. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it turns out to be a silver helmet, silver chest piece, and then platinum greaves, which causes a nice defense buff. As I mentioned earlier on, I do also end up crafting some more crimtane bars and then making a crimtane bow, which is going to be very useful against the eye and desert scourge. So the piercing it can do to the desert scourge. So here's the clip of me crafting my silver armour and platinum armour mix. So now I focus on finishing off the house, or this one specific house, and then I do go on to build another that you'll see in just a few seconds after I finish building this one. So this outline I've gone for the house here will probably be the outline for most of my houses, including all the different biomes. Just purely because I like the design of the grey brick on the floor and the background, which makes the wood stand out a bit more and doesn't make it look so bland. Here I put down the grey brick as a floor, but I forgot to count how many it was so I could make the houses even, which was quite stupid of me. So I decided to destroy it, and then here's the other house I made, which is identical to the other, apart from no anvil and furnace. Here I'm just organising my chests now, so I've got my valuables in the house on the left, and then I just miscellaneous / building blocks in this one. So yeah, I'm sorting it all out. Not too sure where to put some things, but this will lead to me building more chests and hopefully magic storage in the future. Just as I'm sorting out an area to build a house in the desert area, I find my first snidrion, I think it's called, and I think I do cheese it quite a lot here with my squirrel, but for the drops it does give, which I think is 30 fossils if I'm not wrong on this one, which could be used to craft armor in the future, and decent weapons I'm pretty sure I saw earlier, so yeah. I don't have too much troubles taking it out, as my squirrel does most of the damage and I stay back from a distance, trying to hit it with my bow. It isn't going too well, as you can see, but I do eventually kill it. It does take a bit of time, but that's expected. So here, pretty sure I kill it at this point, yeah. But as I go to collect the loot, there's a lot of zombies in there, so I think I may end up dying if I'm not wrong. Yeah, I go to pick up the loot, and then I get ambushed by a lot of zombies. Here I just start the leveling out, I think, and I try to sort out all the mobs before starting, jump in the water, and then this is where I die. I then come back to start the building on my 2 NPC houses I have here, but I then do get attacked by another Snidrian, which I do successfully take down again by hiding behind blocks once again and using my squirrel. So this tactic against the Snidrian works quite well, but here I try dodging the projectiles, I don't do too good of a job. So yeah, just chipping away at its health for now. And I just hide again because it works and it's about to die again. So yeah. Now it's dead. I get some more sturdy fossils and I continue working on my little area for my buildings, which will have 2 NPC houses. I'm pretty sure the merchant and the nurse end up moving in here, which is quite useful because the nurse likes to be out here. Once again I get attacked by another Snidrium, which is getting beyond a joke now, but hopefully I can get enough sturdy fossils to make armor. So yeah, it's the same design as the ones before, but I think these ones are just a tad smaller, because I didn't have as much space. So here's the rest of the montage of me building these houses. So as we've come to the end of this video now, I just want to say a big thank you if you have managed to sit through all of this. I know it's not the best, but my first video, I'm working on it, so any tips to improve, please let me know in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.